Alright, so I've got my seeds and the little mini greenhouse and some refills that I'm going to use in these, which is basically the same thing. They're just recycled Danish containers from the grocery store. Except I'm looking at it and it says, that's very fuzzy, and it says that you're supposed to let all the pellets that are in here, that's what they look like, let the pellets expand fully and then do anything with them. So, well, let those sit for a bit and come back. Alright, so we took some extra ones and put it in the tray here, leaving some space so that they can expand and whatnot, just like in the official one. And just to see what happens, this is the dragon tree thing over here, so we'll see what that does. And now, just add water to it. And they float around. Okay. And some are going to be more buoyant than others just because of the material composition in them. But you want to try and have it as level as possible. And don't water the bench in the process. Yeah. Alright. And it doesn't really matter if they move around. Just as long as they have an equal opportunity to absorb the water. And this one is a different type because it came as part of a kit, so we'll see what happens with that one. I might end up just using some of these instead, but we'll see. And you can already see some of them starting to expand, so we will leave those there and come back later. Alright, so now that the pellets have expanded, these two were just added because there was extra water in there. And I'm gonna see how much they can actually absorb. But these ones are all done. So now it's time to add the seeds. And I'm only going to do a few for the terrarium tutorial, but I wanted to plant some more seeds anyway, so I'm just going to do them all at the same time. Alright. Alright, so of this, I think it was these two I was initially intending to put in the terrarium, so we're going with bachelor buttons and catgrass, partly because I couldn't find chia seeds like it was expecting. And then I'm thinking to do some of the rest of them, maybe not the jalapenos right now, but the gourds and the rest of them to be planted either in the ground or in pots over there. Alright, so when you have the seed set up, we'll just go with these because they're already out of the package. Well, it's relatively open. So, it's saying to plant all of the dragon tree seeds in the one pellet, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because they're huge. Like, seriously, look at that. So, what I'm going to do instead is put one in here and then one in each of these. And you just need to break apart the soil pellet that you're working with. And set it down in there, all nice and safe like. And pat the dirt down on top of it. Alright, so that one's set. And then, okay, and it looks like those two new ones are rising too. Alright, so you make a spot. Now, you need to mark which seeds are going where, because some have different growth times and habits. Like, for the dragon tree, like these three are, it takes like 2 months to germinate and then starts growing really fast. So, those are going to get marked off. For right now, we'll do that. I'm probably going to write on a couple of toothpicks and put it in there. It's not a permanent, but it's biodegradable, and we like that here. So, that one is empty. So I'm just putting that over there for right now. And you can kind of see what I'm doing at least. So you got the cat grass for this one. And it's literally just the grass that people have in the house. So, right, what's it say? Full sun, 6+ hours, bury at a 1/4 inch depth, and let it have, and it's saying to sow it outside, but it's usually grown inside for cats and whatnot, so it should work just fine for this. Sure. Oh wow. And, in case anyone is wondering what Avena sativa looks like in seed form, it's this. Couldn't see that. Yeah. And for the longer ones like this, you can put more than one seed in a pellet if you want to. Right now it's just saving space because they will be transplanted later anyway. And I'm doing multiples just because they don't always germinate, just like any other reproductive thing. It doesn't always work. So, and if we end up with an excess of cat grass, we've got 3 cats. I'm not gonna worry about it. Someone's gonna eat it. Okay. So, now we have that marked off. And I'm not going to use the rest of the catgrass seeds right now. So, just fold that up and pop it back in the box. Alright. And in case anyone is wondering, this, if you can't read it, which you probably can't because the focus, is a note saying that bachelor buttons are very good for the bees, which is also part of why I'm going to be planting them. So, bachelor buttons, known as azalea, I'm thinking. Probably pronounced that wrong, but there you go. Okay, that's what the seeds look like. They've got little tufts on them, which means that once they're ready to be planted in the wild, they are carried off by the wind. So, that also says that it's not that difficult to propagate them, because that's the same principle that dandelions have with the areolas. And these little guys only grow to 2 to 3 inches. Okay, so these are the poppy rose in a mixed color set. I don't know if you've seen poppy seeds before or not, but they're the tiny little dots right in there. So, and the daisy seeds, chrysanthemum maximum, so it's the Alaska daisy, look like that. And ideally, the soil is nice and moist at the time of planting, but we're going to be adding water at the end of it anyway, so if not, because this one's still kind of hard, it's not so bad. And those are the tiny eucalyptus seeds. And for this bit, there's just going to be some, generic wildflowers. And it's a mixed bag, so it'll be a surprise when they come out. Most people are familiar with rosemary. It's used in a lot of food stuff. This is the seeds. They're pretty tiny, but it's a good strong plant, and we like it. Just to see what happens. I'm gonna do one of the gourds. That's the seed for the and then I'm gonna do one that's lavender and one that's nasturtiums for the last two that we've got active right now. Because I don't have time to wait for more wall pods to do a thing, because I gotta go to work. Alright, so nasturtiums, the like that. Tiny little brains, kind of.